Welcome to Maneuvering Monday. My name is AK and I'm one of your hosts. This is a summary video of the two first chapters and the two first sections of chapter 3, so you're ready to listen to the next part of this book without having to go back. So, in the first chapter of the book, we meet Marie. Marie is the head of development HR at Zebra Apps. And recently, a lot of people are resigning from Zebra Apps, and the CEO Natalie tasks Marie with finding out why. Marie benchmarks the competition and shares with Natalie and the VP of HR, Mark, that the only differentiating factor that Zebra Apps does not offer is free soda. Marie talks to a previous colleague, Anne Kelly, in an attempt to find out why people are leaving Zebra Apps. And she learns that Zebra Apps could have offered one of their remote learning system products to displace children and teachers of Ukraine without any extra cost, but they chose not to do that. She also reads exit interviews and she learns that most employees mentioned that the company has changed in the past year. During that time, the company grew a lot on the sales side. Mark goes behind Marie's back and he promises the CEO Natalie that Marie will launch a culture program to fix the retention problem. That's chapter 1. In chapter 2, Marie and her team takes on developing the culture program, and we meet more of the people in the gallery in the story. The VP of Sales, Jack, is skeptical towards Marie and her culture program, and Marie learns from one of his former colleagues in a previous job that he actually left because of their culture program. Marie also discovers at this point that Natalie, the CEO, defined a mission statement and company values when she founded the company, but that was mistakenly removed from the introduction deck. The VP of HR, Mark, has soda fridges installed in Zebra Apps, but he actually admits to Marie in this chapter that he knows they will not solve anything, and that he was the one to take out the values from the intro presentation because he didn't think they really resonated with the reality in the company. Marie also learns that the co-founder of Zebra Apps, Richard, left the company when Zebra Apps got into cash flow problems, and now he's joining Zebra Apps' main competitor as the CTO. Marie and her team facilitate the leadership offsite meeting, where the leadership is supposed to kind of buy into the culture program that they are going to launch in Zebra Apps. During this offsite, Marie's team member Sheila has an uncomfortable facilitation session with the CFO Frank. And later that same week, the CFO Frank retires from Zebra Apps, and Marie is so shocked that she drops a bag of cinnamon buns from the staircase she's walking at and all the way into the floor of the basement in Zebra Apps. That's chapter 2. In the third chapter, the first 2 episodes of the third chapter, the first thing that happens is actually a sugar mystery, where all the sugar packets mysteriously disappear from the tables in the canteen in Zebra Apps. While this happens, Sheila from Marie's team, she feels bad about her experience with Frank in the facilitation session, and Marie and her team members get together to have a structured kind of retrospective exercise to cope with failure. And during that exercise, they each share a mistake and they celebrate what they learned from that. So like a structured way of approaching failure. During that exercise, Marie admits to her team that she dropped the bag of cinnamon buns into the basement, and her team makes her commit to remove it. And when she goes down to the basement to the pile of junk, she actually finds a hidden sugar stash, and she also meets the data center technician, Willie. During lunch in canteen that day, all of the tables are covered in sugar, and a big banner suddenly unfolds from the stairwell, and it reads, "You have sugar on your hands." And after this, Marie and Eric, they try to solve the mystery of who's behind the corporate rebellion and why. And Eric is one of Marie's colleagues from her team. And they learn that one of the people who was recently hired, headhunted actually from another company, had told Billy about his salary in Zebra Apps, which is twice the amount that Willie gets paid. And Marie gets really upset about this, and she confronts her boss Mark about the salary difference, and Mark indicates that this is not a problem because Willie is loyal to Zebra Apps. And this is where we're at now. So thinking that Willie probably made the sugar rebellion, but maybe we'll find out in this next episode. And that's all for now. You're ready to listen to the final section of chapter 3 without listening to everything from the beginning.